Every morning you are given a gift, a new beginning. A blank page that Allah places gently into your hands and whispers to your heart that you still have purpose, that you still have breath, that there is still something in this world written for you. But most people wake up and rush into the noise, the worries, the expectations, forgetting that the first moments of the morning can shape their entire day. There is one simple habit, one gentle practice, that has the power to completely transform not just your morning, but your heart, your mindset, and your entire life. And that habit is to begin your day by returning to Allah before returning to the world. When the world is still quiet and the sky is still dark, there is a softness in the air that calls you back to your Creator. Before you pick up your phone, before your mind starts racing with what you need to do, give yourself a moment to breathe and to remember who is truly in control. Start your day with the remembrance of Allah, with a sincere intention that today, no matter what happens, you choose Him. You choose peace, you choose meaning over chaos, you choose to walk through this day knowing that you are held, guided, and watched over. This one habit realigns your heart. It removes the dust that accumulates from yesterday's worries. It reminds you that your worth is not measured by productivity, approval, or success, but by your sincerity and your connection with the one who already knows everything you will face today. When you wake up and immediately turn inward toward Allah, you are telling your soul, I know my strength does not come from me. I know my peace does not come from anything in this world. I know where home is. Take a few quiet moments and set your intention. It transforms the ordinary into something sacred. If you intend to work for Allah, even your job becomes worship. If you intend to speak kindly for Allah, even your conversations become worship. If you intend to carry patience for Allah, even your struggles become worship. This is the power of beginning your day consciously, instead of stumbling into it distracted and empty. Then, allow gratitude to enter your heart. The Prophet ﷺ taught us that the one who does not thank people does not thank Allah, and gratitude opens the doors of blessings. When you wake up and say Alhamdulillah, you are shifting the focus of your heart from what is missing to what is present, from what hurts to what heals, from what you fear to what you still have. Even a single ayah of Quran in the morning can illuminate your entire day. Think of it like spiritual nourishment. Just as your body needs food, your heart needs revelation. The Quran is the anchor that keeps you steady when life tries to pull you off course. It strengthens you in ways you don't always see immediately, but you feel them in your patience, your clarity, your decisions, your reactions. And lastly, surrender your worries to Allah. Whatever anxieties you woke up with, place them in His hands. He already knows what today holds, and He knows what your heart carries. Starting your day by handing over your fears frees your heart to move through life with trust instead of tension. This morning habit is not about adding more to your schedule. It's about returning to the one who gives meaning to everything you do. There is a moment every morning when your soul quietly asks you a question before your mind even wakes up fully. Who will you turn to first today? Most people never hear this question because the world interrupts too fast. The notifications start calling, the unfinished tasks from yesterday start echoing, and the worries you slept with start rising again. But there is a deeper wisdom in beginning your morning from a place of stillness, from a place of remembrance, before anything else claims your attention. The one habit that has the power to completely transform your life is simply choosing to start your day with Allah before starting your day with the world. When you open your eyes after a night of sleep, you are waking up because Allah allowed your soul to return to your body. That alone is a sign that He hasn't given up on you, that your story is not finished, that there is still something meaningful written ahead for you. And when you take that first breath of the morning and say Alhamdulillah, you realign yourself with gratitude, reminding your heart that life itself is a miracle you often forget to notice. Beginning your day with remembrance softens the harshness that builds up inside you. It melts the anxieties that settled in your chest overnight. It clears the emotional fog that sometimes makes life feel heavy. When you sit for even a few quiet moments before Fajr or right after waking up, you enter a state of sincerity where the heart speaks more honestly than during any other part of the day. You start by acknowledging your dependence on Allah, admitting that you cannot carry the burdens of life alone, and trusting that the one who created your heart knows exactly what it needs. Setting your intention in the morning is another small but powerful spiritual habit. There is a world of difference between living the day mindlessly and living it purposefully. When you say to yourself, "Today, I want to seek Allah's pleasure in everything I do," your conversations become softer, your reactions become wiser, your choices become more thoughtful. You begin to see opportunities to do good that you would have completely ignored before. Even the challenges that come your way feel less like punishments and more like invitations to rise with patience. And then there is the Quran. There is something special about reciting even a small portion in the morning. The words settle into your heart like light settling into darkness. They reshape the way you think, the way you speak, the way you carry yourself. The Quran reminds you that your journey is guided, that nothing in your day will happen without purpose, and that Allah is closer to you than whatever is troubling your soul. Before stepping into the noise of the day, surrender your fears. Tell Allah what you are worried about, what confuses you, what overwhelms you. You are not meant to walk through your day carrying weights that were never meant to be yours. Once you hand them over to Him, your heart becomes lighter, your mind becomes clearer, and even the hardest moments become easier to navigate because you are no longer facing them alone. There is a certain beauty in the early morning that many people never experience because they rush past it too quickly. They wake up and immediately fall into old habits, scrolling, worrying, planning, replaying yesterday, fearing tomorrow. But when you slow down, when you choose to be intentional with those first few minutes after waking, you begin to understand that the morning is not just a time of day. It is a spiritual doorway. It is a moment when Allah allows your heart to reset, your mind to clear, and your soul to remember what truly matters. And the one habit that has the power to transform you from within is to approach your morning with a heart turned toward Allah before turning toward the world. When you wake up and place your hand over your heart, you can feel it beating without your effort, sustained only by the permission of your Creator. That reminder alone brings humility. It reminds you that you are not in control of everything, and that is a relief. Most of your stress comes from trying to carry what was never meant to be carried alone. But when you begin your morning with remembrance, whether through dua, tasbih, or simply a whispered alhamdulillah, you shift the burden from your own shoulders to the one who has power over all things. This habit creates a quiet transformation inside you. You start noticing things differently. Your perspective becomes softer, your reactions more thoughtful. When your heart begins the day anchored in Allah, it becomes harder for negativity to shake you, harder for disappointment to break you, and harder for fear to drown you. The world may be loud, but your heart remains steady because it knows where its true home is. There is also something deeply healing about talking to Allah first thing in the morning. Before voices, opinions, responsibilities, or stress enter your mind, you speak to the one who knows you better than you know yourself. You tell him your worries, your hopes, your weaknesses, your needs. And the truth is, even when you don't know what to ask for, Allah already knows what your heart desires and what your soul lacks. This morning conversation with your Creator sets the tone for your entire day. It builds a quiet confidence inside you, not a confidence in yourself alone, but confidence in the one who is always with you. Another part of this transformative habit is taking a moment to reflect on your intention. Intention shapes experience. Intention brings clarity to confusion. Intention turns struggles into worship and challenges into growth. When you start your day by saying, "Ya Allah, guide me to what pleases you today," You create a spiritual compass for your actions. Decisions become clearer, temptations become easier to resist, and your heart becomes more aware of the difference you can make simply by living consciously. And when you add even a small amount of Quran to your morning, you feed your soul in a way nothing else can. The Quran speaks to parts of your heart that you didn't even know needed healing. It comforts, it corrects, it uplifts, it protects. Even one ayah is enough to carry light with you throughout the entire day. This single morning habit is not complicated. It does not require hours of time or perfect discipline. It simply requires sincerity, a willingness to pause, to breathe, to remember, and to return to Allah before doing anything else. There is a kind of peace that only comes when the world is still, when the sun has not yet risen, and when your heart is awake before your body is fully aware. In that fragile moment, you are closest to your true self, the self that remembers who created it, who sustains it, and who guides it through every difficulty and blessing. This is why beginning your morning by turning to Allah has the power to transform your entire life. It is not about adding another task to your routine. It is about giving your soul what it has been longing for: connection, grounding, and purpose. The challenges of life can feel heavy, not because you are weak, but because you were never meant to carry them alone. When you open your eyes and immediately allow your thoughts to run towards stress, deadlines, responsibilities, or disappointments, you enter the day already drained. But when your first thought is, "Ya Allah, thank you for giving me another chance," everything inside you shifts. You move from panic to trust, from confusion to clarity, from heaviness to lightness. Gratitude softens the heart. It reminds you that even when life feels overwhelming, there are still blessings surrounding you that you often forget to see. Taking a quiet moment to breathe deeply and remember, Allah becomes a shield for your heart throughout the day. It is like placing a lamp inside your chest that continues to glow even when the world around you gets dark. This stillness gives you a sense of control, not because you control what happens, but because you control how you respond. You become calmer, more patient, more grounded, because you started your day with the one who controls every outcome. And when you take that moment to speak to Allah, something profound happens inside you. You no longer feel alone. You no longer feel like you must have everything figured out. You no longer feel like you must pretend to be strong. Instead, you allow yourself to be human, imperfect, unsure, fragile, while knowing that Allah's strength is holding you up. You can pour your heart out without fear of judgment, because the one you are speaking to already knows your hidden wounds, your silent battles, and the thoughts you never say out loud. Beginning your morning with this honesty brings relief your heart didn't know it needed. Another part of this beautiful morning habit is choosing your intention for the day. Intentions shape actions, and actions shape character. When you consciously begin your day with the desire to please Allah, even the smallest things become meaningful. Your work becomes worship, your kindness becomes charity, your patience becomes a form of strength. Even the struggles you face become opportunities to grow closer to Him. This simple shift of intention can change the way you experience everything that happens later in the day. And when the Quran becomes a part of your morning, even briefly, your heart receives a kind of nourishment deeper than any food you eat. The words of Allah carry wisdom that transforms you slowly, gently, consistently. They guide your thoughts, soothe your fears, and remind you that no matter how unpredictable life feels, your path is never without direction. Even one ayah can fill your day with clarity, purpose, and protection. This morning habit is not about perfection. It's about turning back, even if yesterday you were distracted, even if you feel unworthy, even if your heart is tired. It is about beginning each day with the one who never leaves you, who knows your journey, and who welcomes you every morning with mercy.